Hey, what's going on this wonderful evening, noon, morning, whatever you find this video? Hey, I want to come across to you, share some things with you real quick. I'm Mr. Positive himself, and today's topic is going to be, how do you know you're suffering with anxiety and depression, right? Some of the things I give you will help you recognize some of the things that you probably might be facing and not even noticing that you might have these things. And I could potentially also give you some things that will help you with it along the way as we get started along this journey called positivity, searching for the way of life. Let's get started. Okay, so here's the first one. All right, so when you excessively worry about, fear and having things like that, you're going through these anxiety moments, right? We have these on a day-to-day basis, like, something we feel like we can't pay a bill on time, we might get kicked out of our house and all a little bit of strangers, we got surgery coming up, we don't know if you're going to make it out, stuff like that. Whether it be anything, it seems like a lot of anxiety and depression and flare-ups and all that stuff happens around finances, and they seem to come out quite a bit. So that's one. Feeling restless, having the on the edge all the time. Hey, someone drastically come up to you and start talking, and you were in your thoughts somewhere else. It startles you. It puts you in that small time frame of anxiety, right? Or a loud sound, pong, happens, of course, bring you into that anxiety phase too. All these things that put you in these temporary moments in your life helps you to know that you're either lacking some rest, or you're either lacking something, that's stopping you from being confident in yourself. And I want you to become more aware of who you are. Another part of this is having difficulty controlling your emotions, right? Feeling angry all the time. You're like something's transpiring in your life, whether it be somebody you talk to or something's going on, and you over there trying to figure out, why am I, why I gotta go through this, why is this happening? I depended on such and such, and such didn't come through. Those things it can put you into that temporary anxiety because you can't figure it out. Increasing your heart rate and trembling and sweating also is another form of anxiety when you are having those things and you're not even working out. Your body's not in such a movement for you to really be experiencing that. That's a clear indication that you having this anxiety, borderline depression moments. When you have trouble concentrating, oh my gosh, because you have your thoughts are everywhere. You're going here, you're going there. You can't focus on one task and complete it. These are potential things that gives you some kind of awareness that you might need to have a different approach, or might need to view it a different way. All right. Sleeping. Look. Sleep, anytime your sleep breaks because of some random thought, random dream, whatever case may be, insomnia, so many things happen in there, right? We are to have at least 8 hours of sleep. Okay, now I'm not a doctor, disclaimer, but I am going to tell you, the more rest you get, the better your functionality is, and the more aware and control you will have on the ability of you being alert and more quick to respond to things. All right. Another source of this is muscle tension. Like, your body is telling you that you haven't put it, in the best position, to face whatever the potential problem is that you might be thinking about, or whatever the potential situation is, right? Because you haven't had maybe the adequate amount of sleep, or whatever case may be. So you start experiencing these tension, these muscle spasms, all these things like that. This list I'm giving you are what the evidence of potential anxiety can be for you. Okay, so here is some more, I think, too, that we need to understand on, and this is what we're touching bases on, how we are to know if we have this anxiety going on in our life, currently right now, right now. These are things, and it's a list of things that, you know, can be everywhere on the list that we can actually put in our life. Some part of the day in our life we went through this phase, but we didn't stay there because we counteracted with something else, whether it be positive thinking, whether it be going to the exercise and working out, you know, whether it be some good things that we done and we start put the work in and start to see the outcome for what we put into that day. But here are some other things too that you might notice about anxiety, right? Anxiety also has the panic attacks, right? Also has, like, you know, the chest pains and the dizziness. Okay, when you experience these things, there's immediate need, immediate call for action for you to try to change it, because we don't want it to be a health problem. And I think that is something, when we take it into consideration about love, that we need to know that if we love ourselves, we're going to put ourselves in best position not to experience these problems. All right. Another thing about this is that, you know, when we have this irritation and you know, from us not having enough sleep, we be fatigued, and we have all this stuff going on. These are phases of anxiety that we face. I'm going to give you guys also I'm going to help give you guys some of the things that you can use on your day-to-day basis when facing these anxiety and depression situations. These things, I believe, will help you along the way so that you can enjoy and have the best life that God has given you for you to enjoy. Hey, just remember, everything you do under this sun, everybody get the same 24 hours. I'm just trying to make sure, or I'm trying to give you information so that you can have the best 24 hours that you yourself can create and that you yourself can, you know, can handle. So we got to think about depression, right? And anxiety. They kind of go hand in hand, but some of the things that you have to understand about depression is that depression runs more on a temporary, and it's all inside the mind. But however long you want it to stay, that's how long it will stay. That means you can change the whole depression experience by changing what you can actually do. So I like using the tactic. This is my own personal views on it. What I've done before is that I like doing short-term goals, right? When I'm feeling not my best and, oh man, I don't think I could do it, you know, my energy levels are low, I'm freaking out, you know, I realize that if I do short-term goals, things I can get done right away, every time I accomplish something, and I have, of course, the major goal, every time I accomplish something, I'm going to take it to the next level. These are some examples that you might be feeling or might have some kind of, you know, depression going on in your current life right now. You're persistently feeling sad, you know, you're freaking hopelessness. You feel like nothing's gonna happen, right? You're sitting over there, you lose interest in the things that you used to love. You know, I mean, gosh, it was a time where you connect, you know, with your spouse, and you and your spouse are just loving each other, man, and then, you know, something may happen over the course of the day, and you might not have, you know, the right away answers to it, and you might see the effects of it down the road, and it makes you sad because it seems like it's inevitable when God has so much in store to fix it, and things can change so drastically. You feel like in this depression moment that, man, I'm not going to be able to do it. You lose the interest. That's one way. Change of appetite, right? Weight loss, right? You might lose a whole lot of weight, not intentionally. You just, you know, you're so sad, you're depressed, you know, or you might even pick up more weight. You might eat more, you know, because there is a significant sign of depression setting in. Maybe because you might not feel wanted, you might not feel needed, you might not feel like, you know, you're happy enough, or you might not be where you want to be. That changes how, you know, you feel, and that's when depression leaks in. And I'll tell you, I have so much in store for this, guys, that I'm telling you, I'm also going to give you so many tips and tools to help you get out of it. Just stay tuned. I got the video coming out very soon. Difficulty in concentrating, right? Making decisions, right? Remembering things. That also could be a sign of depression, that you might be going through those things, right? Because where you are not performing in one area, you definitely might not be performing in those other areas, and it's like a trickle effect all the way down your body, right? But because your mental might not be as you want it to be, or you can't focus and stay concentrating on things that you need to focus and stay concentrating on, completing one task at a time, you feel like you get overwhelmed, right? Irritable. You get real irritable. Your restlessness. You just feel like, oh my God, I'm not gonna, don't touch me, don't bother me. Just get away. Whatever. The anger is there. Because you are depressed because you're not getting the things that you want to get at the time you want. One of the key solutions I want to just throw in here real quick is if you stop the expectations. I can guarantee you, it worked for me, but I can almost guarantee you it will have a change of effect. If you stop expecting and start living. Guys, you should see this movie. It's called The Yes Man. The Yes Man. It's with Jim Carrey. Check it out. I promise you, this is an example of how trying something can change your life. All right. Other ways to know that you might be, dealing with depression, right? Physical symptoms, like headaches, digestive issues, Sometimes you might not feel the best. You might not eat correctly, right? All this thinking just gets your muscles to really ache because you're not providing the happy thoughts, right? You're not providing the proper dopamine to release these happy feelings that is inside of you, okay? And of course, thoughts of death and suicide. These situations are, man, when I say they are like the trauma side of life, that's the opposite of living. And nobody wants to die. That's why you are important, and I'm going to tell you you're important, and I'm going to let you know how much love loves you, right? God loves you. God is love. God is everywhere. God exists. God is alive. He is not dead. There is hope for you in every situation, every fashion and form of your life. If you need to go get personal help, go seek personal help. Go get counseling, please, before you go anywhere or before you go any further in your decision making. Please go get counseling, because getting counseling can now give you more education on solutions on how to figure out that problem. I believe it because when I went to counseling, that's exactly what happened. What I didn't have answers to, I understood that all I had to do was just talk to somebody, and 2 heads are better than 1, right? And if not, 3 heads are better than 2, right? 4 heads are better. Guys, you could do this all day long, right? Build yourself a team of support, because that's how important you need. And let someone be held accountable for you, and let you be held accountable for somebody else, and let it be like a domino effect of enjoyment, right? I'm Mr. Positive. I'm bringing to you things to become more aware of things you might be facing. You might not be totally aware that you're facing them, right? How can I give you solutions to a problem you might not even figure you have? So I figure I'd reach out to you on this video to let you know these are things that you might be facing that has anxiety and depression attached to it. And how you can overcome those things is making sure that you know that how to be self-aware, right? How to recognize when you're facing these moments that they're not like gonna last forever, and that you just passing through because you want to figure it out. And then with the things that you can figure it out. The things that you can't, let it go. If you let it go, it's great. Have friends that don't want to be friends with you no more, let it go. Have family members that don't want to talk to you right now, who you spend the rest of your life with, it was great, let it go. Letting go is the best thing you could do, right? Relationships, people who don't want to be with you no more, let it go. We got 9.6 billion people on this earth. I'm pretty sure you can find one person out of 9.6 billion people on this earth. If you have a family trouble, I know they're your blood. Families are great because they're the support. It helps you. It's the easiest way to build confidence and believing in someone because you figure they're of your same bloodline. But I'm telling you, just as sure as my name is Charles, Mr. Positive, I am telling you this. The 9.6 billion people out there, there are other people out there that's part of your tribe that would love to be family with you and see you along your journey in this thing called life. So it's not what you think. It's just you passing through the process of processing and understanding who you truly are. Not everything's meant for you to figure out. I don't ever want you to try to figure out everything as you're going along this thing called life. So listen to this. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, if you experience several of these symptoms for the length of 2 weeks, it's important to go get help, right? I can't stress the importance enough of going to get help and talking to somebody. I went through this before, and when I had to go talk to somebody because I was disappointed, I was sad. I was like, oh my gosh, how is it? I put so much time and I put so much this, and I was disappointed because I did not get the results that I need, right? Or that I felt like I need, or that I felt like I deserved, right? Because, you know, when you do things, we deserve to get paid. Hey, you know, there's been times I worked jobs before and they didn't pay me. That's right. What would you do in that situation? You work a job and they just refuse to pay you. They make up some lies or something like that. They be like, oh my gosh, I needed money. Where am I going to get money from? I learned to let it go. When I learned to let it go, I became better, right? Of course I got money more. I got more money, whatever. But I got better, right? As long as I didn't hold on to that dead weight, I got better. I can't control other people. You can't control other people. Seriously, this is what you have to understand. You want to go see people or go get help so that they could properly diagnose you. The word diagnose is to find out what is the root cause of the problem so that we can help solve the problem. If it's deeply rooted down emotionally, then something to help you cope with those problems that may be causing you that if you can't do it on your own. Some things I do know we have encountered in our lives, many people have anyway, that we may need a little bit more push to get through those and get past them. But it isn't for you to be codependent or for you to be considered handicapped, right? It's for you to get the proper help that you need. So whenever you're facing these issues and it's becoming something that's lasting longer than the time frame that it is, hey, your life is way too important for you to set inside of depression or anxiety at any shape, form, or fashion. I would give you key tips along the way that you can for surely believe that will help you if you implement them right away. Hey, I'm gonna give you one right now. One of them right this second is deep breathing, right? So you'll take it in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4. Release it out slow. Breathe again. These things will help you to be able to push the oxygen into your brain and throughout the course of your body, allowing you to relax and know that it does not require an immediate action. Sometimes when you slow things down, you can get the big picture. I'm telling you, it works for me. I know it will work for you. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Don't forget, if you're facing any of these depression, anxiety, and you have several of them over the course of a few weeks, please go seek help. Because at that time, you can be living the abundant life versus living a life that you are having a challenge to overcome the things that you're dealing with. Hey, I'm Mr. Positive. You can follow me over here at Walking Success 16, where I'm going to give you more of the things that's going to help you to live that abundant life. No matter what it takes, we're going to do this on this journey. Come over here, follow me. We're going to do it together. And as I give you tips along the way, these aren't things where I'm talking to just you, but I've also overcome those adversities too as well, which then put me in the best position to give it back to you, you being my community. So I hope that these things work out good for you. I want to make sure I ain't miss anything. Like I said, remember it's okay to ask for help. Remember it's okay to have that support system, right? Your friends is a great support system, right? Your family is a great support system. But if you don't have any of that, guys, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure there is so much immediate help that can be given to you. We are in a technology world where we have hotlines and stuff like that. We could call in to just talk to somebody, or better yet, have different kind of chat lines. We could just talk to somebody. Embrace that on social media, whatever the case may be. I love the idea of the community and us overall as a people. Hey, you might be talking to somebody who's not even in this country, who can help you, because we all are God's creation, and I really do believe that the best is yet to come for you. So, hey, let's hurry up. Let's get pumped up. Let's get ready. Let's get this thing ready. Look, the only thing I want you to look forward to is a better you, okay? Other than that, everything on the outside of you, hey, let's not worry about it right now, because we only can do the things that we can do. Look, if we could have fixed the situation, we would have fixed it, right? But because we can't, it's nothing we could do. People don't want to forgive you, nothing you could do. You have to forgive people, right? So if you have any depression, any anxiety, things that is facing, I say don't look for expectations, put those to the side. And I agree with you. If getting help is what you need, hey, let's go get help together. Hey, I'm here with you every step of the way. I think the best of you. I want the best for you. Remember, anxiety is very serious. Depression is very serious. And knowing those things will help you be able to overcome and live the abundant life and the prosperous life that you were created to live. Hey, I don't know you by first name, but I do know you by existence. And God is for you. If God be for you, who could be against you, right? Hey, have a blessed one. Mr. Positive over here. And come follow me more for these more explosive messages. Man, I did pretty good on that one. I am getting better. Shout out to my supporters, man. You guys rock.